I'm Maddison Krebs, and this is Canadian Beats.
Hi everyone, Linda Heldman here for Canadian Beats. We are here at Potash Corp Country Music Week in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and it's been a hectic few days.
Yeah, it's been awesome though. Yeah.
This is the very lovely Maddison Krebs.
Hello.
Welcome, Madison. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
I'm so grateful
Now, I know very little about you, which is always kind of fun for me because as I ask you questions, I'm finding out about you for the first time, which I always find
perfect. I mean,
really
you for
fun.
the first time, so
Hey,
that's great.
hey, I love it. So, tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
I am Maddison Krebs, and I am from Okotoks, Alberta. I am a singer-songwriter, and yeah, that's kind of my start. I started when I was super young, and music and writing was always a huge passion of mine, and now we're here, and it's been an amazing ride so far. So.
Great. So when did you get into Saskatoon?
I got into Saskatoon on Wednesday. So
I did too.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like lots of people did. Yeah. Yeah. I came in from Nashville actually. So it
nice.
was
Oh, nothing. Cool. You just flew in
so
from Nashville.
Cool. Yeah.
Doing writing.
I've been writing for my EP. So
great.
That's been my project for this year, and it's been amazing. It's been an amazing experience. So yeah.
Any co-writes that we would know the names?
I've done a ton. I signed with Olay in September last year in 2016, and it's been a wild year. I've gotten to write with lots of Olay songwriters like Jeff Trott. He did a lot of, he produced and written lots of Sheryl Crow's hits.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I love Sheryl Crow.
Yeah, and Tony Martin. He's had
that's the name I'm
millions. I feel like it's millions of number ones,
yes.
And lots of very respected writers in Nashville and Canada. So it's been an incredible year, and definitely extremely inspiring. Yeah. So.
Were you one of those people growing up that you would read the liner notes? It's not just about the song; it's who wrote the song.
Well,
you need to know.
Writing was I love to journal, and I love poems, and so that was the first kind of thing. As when I was 5, and I was writing these poems and these letters and stuff like that, and then my mom got me a guitar when I was 7, and that's when things started to get really strong for me, and especially with the writing. But definitely songwriter, and the whole process with that is so inspiring, and especially being with people like that. Yeah.
Now, you look so young, and it's never nice to ask a lady how old she is, but if you care to share.
Yeah, I'm 20, so I feel like I'm an adult now, but not.
Not quite.
It's such
it depends. It depends where you are.
Yeah.
Once you're 21, you're definitely a
I know, which I'm, not 21, so.
So what plans do you have while you're in Saskatoon?
Well, I was just at the On the Spot contest. I was just there cheering on everybody, and I played a couple new songs. I have a single out that just got released yesterday. But yeah, I'm just enjoying the ride and supporting my fellow, all the artists in Canada. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
What is the title of the single?
Live for Love.
Live for Love. Sounds like a good title.
Yeah, and I actually wrote that with Jeff Trott and Tony Martin. So it's pretty cool seeing it go out to the world now. So,
right.
Yeah.
So it's gone out to radio as well as the
right now
it's
all it's everywhere. So music streams and Spotify and iTunes. Everyone can go check it out there. And yeah.
Great. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, you
definitely.
have to.
Definitely. I believe it was sent to me, and I haven't had a chance to.
Well, let me know what you think when you hear it.
I apologize.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
So you say you have an EP that you're working on?
Yeah, I'm working on an EP, so hopefully that'll be out in the new year. So I'm really excited, and it's been cool getting to work with obviously just amazing and inspiring people that can help you bring that together. So
okay,
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
So when you're not doing music, what do you like to do for fun?
Oh man, I'm a really artistic person, so I love it. I'm into painting, and what else do I yoga? love I'm like a grandma, basically. I don't do anything crazy, but those are the things I love to do, and you can catch me doing that quite a bit on my spare time. And I also love just talking to people and getting to know them and stuff like that.
Because as a songwriter, that's where a lot of your inspiration would come from.
Yeah.
In the conversations.
Yeah.
I think it was Gil Grant, I heard at one point, said he loved being in airports because you pick up some of the most interesting conversations, people watching, and someone will say something and it's like, hey, that's a really good line for a song or a song title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like when you learn to be the observer and the listener, it really changes like your focus on your everyday, and especially for a writer, it's so good because if you're attentively listening and observing, those are opportunities to get inspired and to, you know, get some song ideas.
Right.
So it works hand in hand for sure. Yeah.
Now, we're Canadian Beats. We're all about Canadian music.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Who do you listen to?
Who do I listen to that's Canadian?
Yeah, who are your just fun listening to, inspirational listening to?
I listen to, well, I always used to cover, which I still sing the song, Someday Soon by Ian Tyson. And I really love that song. But Carolyn Dawn Johnson, I love her. She's amazing.
Oh, I love her too. Were you at the Legend show last night?
I wasn't, which I wish I was there, but...
To see Ian Tyson, I started to cry.
Yeah.
He has become so frail, and to remember him when he was in his prime and just the person he was, it broke my heart. And Carolyn Dawn was singing with him.
Yeah, she's incredible.
And she at the end of it, she's there like,
yeah.
And then she went into Die of a Broken Heart. And which is it's one of the, and it's like, oh, rip my chest out. Yeah. So she was emotional before she went into that song, and then she did it, and it was just like, oh, but it was a really good show.
Yeah. Brian Adams is another huge one of mine. I saw him when I was 12, an acoustic setting in Calgary, and it was probably the most, one of the like game-changing concerts I've ever been to in my life. He's incredible too. Like, we have such great Canadian artists. It's just so cool that we get to have access to that, and that it's out on a larger scale. So
Canada has so much great talent, and to see the new batch coming up, I love it because you're hungry, you're fresh. It's like, I want it. And
we do.
Yeah. How do you find? I ask this because I know there's a lot of comments out there right now about women in the industry and that they've got a tougher go of it. We're not hearing enough women on radio. How are you feeling about that? Do you feel that you're moving along the way you should be, or do you find that you have challenges that maybe your male counterparts aren't facing?
To be completely honest with you, I don't even really, I just focus on the music, and the music will speak for itself. And you know, my path is already written out for me, so wherever my music takes me, regardless of like male female thing going on, I'm inspired by all people, and male or female. So if, you know, for any woman, like, if the song is meant to be heard, it will be heard, and it will be for the right people that it's meant to reach out to. So I don't let that get in the way. The industry will do its thing, and you just keep doing what you're supposed to do. And if people hear it on a larger scale, that's amazing. But if you're reaching out to people in just a coffee shop, that's equally as fulfilling. So
as long as you're doing what you love,
exactly.
The other stuff tends
If
to
you're
fall into
authentic,
place.
it just like those kind of obstacles that people kind of say there are. It doesn't really matter compared to when you're just being authentic and you're working on your work. It's just you keep doing your thing. So
Great. Well, I've enjoyed chatting with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Doing this. Gotta give you a hug.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was so awesome being here.
We will put up all your socials and where to find you. But thank you so very much. Enjoy the next couple of days.
Thanks. You too. It's a busy time. So
we have gala tonight, and then of course what I call the big show tomorrow, which is going to be fun.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. It's so great to see everybody. So
great.
Yeah.
All right. We've been speaking with Maddison Krebs. Please check her out. And I'm Linda Helpman for Canadian Beats.